What's cooking, guys, and welcome to my channel. In today's video I'm making these turkey lasagna roll-ups that have all the components of a traditional lasagna, the lasagna sheets, the meat, the robust tomato sauce, and the cheese, but it's not made in the traditional layered way. So stay tuned for the recipe. Do consider subscribing if you're new here and you'd like to join the foodie family, and also hit the bell icon so you're notified every time I upload a new video. And now let's get cooking. Let's first start by boiling the pasta. I'm using regular lasagna sheets here, and I'm going to cook them as per the instructions on the box. I have my pot here with the water boiling. I'm not going to show this process, but yeah, just cook the pasta as the instructions say on the box. Then I'm going to heat up a pan and I'm going to drizzle some olive oil, about a tablespoon or more. When the oil heats up, let's add 1 medium onion that is chopped, and about 5 garlic cloves that I also chopped. And you want to start sauteing the onion and garlic in the oil till they start to get translucent and a little golden. Once they are at this stage, I will add the ground turkey. You can substitute with any meat of your choice. As always, I was just trying to make this dish a little bit lighter for myself, and then just mix it up and break the ground turkey down as it cooks into smaller crumbles. And as I usually do, I will cook the ground meat till all its natural juices have dried up and it starts to caramelize. That will give the meat a great flavor on its own. And as this cooks, I will add 1 green bell pepper for a little sweetness. I have finely chopped this as well, and I'm mixing that in there too. The idea to crumble the meat as you cook it is so that all the other chopped ingredients are consistent with the ground meat size, so it looks more uniform. As you can see, it looks like the natural juices from the turkey meat have cooked down and it's starting to get brown slowly. Now let's add the seasonings, and all of these you can add to your taste. I have about half a teaspoon of red chili flakes, freshly ground black pepper to my taste, 1 teaspoon of dried parsley. I have dried oregano here, also about a teaspoon, and then I'll mix these spices up with the ground meat. Now add salt to your taste. This meat mixture is super flavorful even though we added just a few seasonings. And then keep combining everything up so all the seasonings are well incorporated in there. I will just cook this till I see the meat getting caramelized, but I won't be covering it to cook it any further. This is pretty much done here. You can turn off the heat and set it aside to cool it down to room temperature. Now let's move on to the homemade marinara sauce. I'm going to heat up a pot like this on medium-high. You can use any pot of your choice. I'm going to add a few tablespoons of olive oil to the pot, and also about 4 to 5 garlic cloves that are chopped. And just mix the garlic in the oil so that it starts to flavor it just for a few seconds. I'm not going to brown the garlic here. Then I have 1 15-ounce can of crushed tomatoes that I will pour into the pot with the garlic and the oil. And also 1 8-ounce can of tomato sauce. Lower the heat and mix this all up because you want this sauce to cook on low heat so the flavors can really come together and marry together on their own time. Let's add the seasonings now. I have some salt here to my taste. I have 1 teaspoon of dried parsley, freshly ground black pepper to my taste, some dried oregano, also about half a teaspoon to 1 teaspoon, half a teaspoon of red chili flakes or to your taste, and then combine the spices into the sauce to flavor it. This sauce can be made for so many other dishes too. It's just a perfect homemade marinara sauce. I also like to add 1 tablespoon of sugar in this sauce to offset the tartness from the tomatoes and give it a slight sweet flavor, but this is optional for those of you who may not want to add sugar in the sauce. And I'm just going to mix it again, making sure the sugar dissolves in the sauce. And when you start seeing the sauce bubbling up like this, you want to cover the pot and cook this on low for about 10 to 15 minutes. And after 10 to 15 minutes, let's check on the sauce. And this is looking perfect to me. You don't have to cook it any further. The spices seem to have incorporated well with the tomatoes, and you can taste it at this stage in case you need to adjust anything in there. But for the most part, this is done, and I'm going to set it aside for now. Let's make the last component of this dish, which is the ricotta cheese mixture. In a medium bowl here, I will add a 12-ounce container of ricotta cheese. Then I have grated parmesan cheese, about 2 tablespoons, which I eyeballed in, some freshly ground black pepper to my taste, garlic powder about 1 teaspoon, onion powder also about 1 teaspoon, about half a teaspoon of dried oregano, about 1/4 to half a teaspoon of red chili flakes or to your taste, and some dried parsley, and also some salt to my taste. Basically all the same spices or seasoning we used in the meat mixture and the marinara sauce to keep the same theme of seasonings going throughout the whole dish. Just combine all the ingredients up in the bowl, and this will be the ricotta mixture for the lasagna roll-ups. Now let's preheat the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. And I'm going to grease a baking dish I typically use when I'm making lasagna with some spray oil. You can also use regular olive oil here and dab it evenly all around with a paper towel. Once the baking dish is prepped, you can set it aside, and now let's assemble the lasagna roll-ups. I have here my cooked lasagna sheets. I have some mozzarella cheese that I grated. I have the ricotta cheese mixture I made earlier, and I have my robust tomato or marinara sauce ready to go, and the ground turkey mixture that has cooled down to room temperature so it's easier to handle when I'm rolling the roll-ups. To roll these up, you want to take one of the lasagna sheets and put it on a clean surface. Then I'll take a spoonful of the ricotta mixture and spread it out evenly onto the lasagna sheet. Then I'll take the turkey meat mixture and add a spoonful or two, or as much as you need, and put it on top of the ricotta cheese mixture. And then just roll this up gently so the ingredients don't fall out of there. So you want to be mindful of how much you're filling these up as well. And then look at the cross section of the lasagna roll-up. These look so good already. I will show you how to make one more so you guys can get a better idea of how it's done again. And when you're done rolling them all up, you can put these in the greased baking pan we prepped earlier. Once they are all rolled up, let's pour the homemade marinara sauce all over them, making sure to cover all the crevices also, and that it is fully covered with a robust sauce on the top. Then I'll use some grated parmesan cheese on the top because you can never have enough cheese. And also the grated mozzarella cheese to fully cover this on the top to get a nice melted cheese layer after it's done baking. I will also sprinkle a little dried parsley on top so when it melts with the cheese, it gives it a beautiful finished look. Now let's bake this in the oven for about 30 to 40 minutes at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Till the cheese has melted on the top and the lasagna rolls continue to cook together in the oven. And after about 40 minutes, look at the lasagna roll-ups we've made. This looks absolutely incredible. I will take this out of the oven and let it cool in the pan for at least 15 minutes before cutting into it. Let's cut into one of the rolls to show you the cross section of the whole thing. And look at that, guys. This looks so incredible. It was super flavorful when I had it and a little spicy from the red chili flakes. The homemade sauce and the melted cheese on top were the best finishing touches to this whole dish. So I hope you try this deconstructed or reconstructed method of preparing a traditional lasagna. It's a fun take on traditional layered lasagna. All the ingredients are listed down below in the description box. I know there's a lot of ingredients in this dish. Make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe before leaving. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think of today's video, and I'll be seeing you in the next one, guys. Until then, take care of yourselves.